So part two, once I realized that all of the lies that I'd been telling myself about alcohol, I no longer wanted it. It actually didn't make me more fun. I have a lot of fun at parties. All the time. I just didn't know that because alcohol had always been part of the party. So much so that it was like we'd pregame a little bit. Like if I'm going to a party, I'm going to drink an alcohol. I'm going to drink a glass of wine first. So when I get to the party, I'm already kind of lubricated, right? And I see that a lot with people that they think that that's important. It's really not. Like, I have a blast. Now when people ask me why I don't drink if I don't want to get into a whole thing, I'm like, girl, you don't need me on alcohol. I got enough energy without it. And I get a little bit too Lauren when I drink alcohol. And then, if that person is actually somebody I want to explain it to, I will. But once I realized that alcohol actually had none of the perceived benefits that I thought it had, I no longer wanted it. It's kind of like if you ask me, like, hey, do you want to go lick a pile of poo? No, I don't. And that's not weird, right? Because I don't see any perceived benefits of me going and licking that pile of poo. If I saw benefits of it, I might have to do a risk versus, a risk benefit analysis and say, here's the pros, here are the cons. But I see no pros. So there's no reason to do it. Same thing with heroin. You want to go do some heroin? No thanks. Not weird, right? I don't perceive any benefits to it. Thus, I don't want to partake in it. So once I was able to do that with alcohol, I just quit drinking. I'm not saying it happened overnight. Several things happened that made me think, I'm done here. Like, I'm done with alcohol. I'm sick of trying to be in control of something that I'm not in control of. As far as like, I'd have one drink and then I'd say, that's all I'm going to have, just one drink. No, it wasn't. Or I'm going to have one drink and then I'm just going to have water and then I'll have another drink. No, I wasn't. I was going to have another drink. So I was never able to moderate. So people will say, why didn't you just moderate? That was not an option for me. It was all or nothing, which is kind of my personality, which is kind of how I live life on everything. If I'm working out twice a day. If I'm eating healthy, I'm eating super healthy. I just kind of go all in on stuff, or I sit all the way out. So I'm like 0 or I'm 100. And so anyway, the point of me telling this story, I've got 40 seconds left, is that I am not broken. I am not weak. I'm very accomplished. I've done a lot of things in my life. I'm successful in many areas. I'm not weak. I'm not broken. And what I didn't want to do was stop drinking alcohol and then miss it for the rest of my life and feel deprived, because that's miserable, right? By changing my mindset, I was actually able to walk away from it and not miss it. I was just at Christmas yesterday. There was beer there. I would have had some of that before. Didn't want it, didn't need it. Very happy. I don't have to be deprived. And that's what I want to bring to people. So I'm going to be telling more and more of my story on here. So pay attention and I'll be back.